So yeah, we've already caught up a good bit,
Yeah.
but I think what's really helpful for people, or it could be good to start like what life was like.
hmm
So could you tell me a little bit about what your life was like before any type of recovery? I mean, you could even start with like the type of upbringing that you had, and then how you found drugs, how bad it got.
Yeah. I mean, I had a perfect childhood. I mean, I couldn't really think of a better childhood than what I had. I mean, my parents they made sure that I had everything I needed.
Mhm.
You know, it really doesn't make sense when you look back. It's like, you know, they disciplined me right. They made sure I had everything I needed. They put me in a private Christian school. You know, nice clothes. Like I had everything,
Mhm.
and I still went down that path. And so in the beginning, when all this happened, my mom and dad were like, "Hey," they were talking. They're like, "Is this our fault? Like, are we the reason that this happened? Like, is it our parenting?" And their therapist said, "No, it's not you. It's him."
Mhm.
And it was hard for them to grasp that.
I'm sure they worry too. Like, is there a lack thereof of parenting? Like,
Yeah,
did we not watch you close enough, or did something happen to you
yeah.
and we weren't around to see it and help you through that moment?
I think with like my dad, you know, he was a state trooper. He worked third shift. And then he was also trying to start up his company now.
Mhm.
And so in his head, he was thinking, I didn't spend enough time with him, like this and that. Like you'll think of any scenario when something bad like this happens.
Yep.
But what they had to understand is it's an internal issue with me and it has nothing to do with them. I mean, it does not matter what kind of childhood you have. If you're sick on the inside, like it's going to happen, you know? So I think that a lot of it has to do with, for me, I don't know why, but I always felt less than others. I always felt that almost like I was just not adequate enough to be around other people. I always felt like I had to dress to impress and dress like my friends. There was no like unique Blake, like,
Mhm.
oh, Blake does this. No, he does what everybody else does.
Yeah.
And so almost like a chameleon. And I think it just kind of goes back to, you know, I moved schools a lot. So, you know, we were in Greenville and I went to elementary school for a couple years there. Then we moved to Anderson.
Mhm.
I went to second grade in Anderson, then came back to Greenville to a private school. And so it's just kind of all this moving around.
Yeah.
And then it got even worse in high school when I went to public school
Mhm.
just because of a stupid decision. I always felt like I just could never fit in. And it was a problem. And I was willing to do anything it took to fit into the crowd.
Mhm.
If somebody was drinking, smoking, whatever they were doing, I'm going to do that too, so I can be a part of. And going back to my parents, like this had nothing to do with them. I mean, I had all the love and support I could have asked for.
Mhm.
It's just, I think the first pivotal moment for me was I failed third grade because that's when I went to the private school.
Mhm.
And it was all based on, so they were already ahead, like writing cursive, all this stuff. And I mean, I was from public school. I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
And so they held me back. And I think that had a big part in, because I got made fun of for that. 'Cause
Yeah.
the guys that I was hanging out with in third grade for the first year saw me still in third grade. So they were like, oh, he's dumb, he's stupid, you know, this and that.
Yeah.
So that's where it started, really.
Mhm.
I was still like friendly with everybody. I had friends. It's just that ate at me a lot
Yeah.
throughout the whole course. So
We
But,
were very similar in that regard.
yeah.
My story rings true to that, where if you look back, my biggest fears were like fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. And I kind of related it to sports of like, you know, I got into playing sports and then I realized that I wasn't always the best, that people were beating me. And then I was getting
Yeah.
picked on because I struck out when I went up to bat. So, and I don't know if that were the key thing, but that was where a big fear started of, you know, now I need to fit in, whatever I need to do to fit in. And if that's drinking or smoking a joint or smoking cigarettes to seem cool,
Yeah.
it's crazy how we like turn to whatever will work for us to fit in.
Yeah. That's all we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, you know, multiple things happened. So in 4th grade, you know, I got beat up, and because I was talking smack to a kid that was bigger than me, and that really humbled me. But it's just like, there's all these little things, and what that creates when you are told this and that, it makes you feel less than, so you have to almost try to one up other people. It's like, I am, like, you're trying to tell yourself I am better.
Yeah.
And it's this like ego mindset with the inferiority complex.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah.
But it's just ever
creates
since
a monster.
yeah, exactly. And like ever since then, it's, you know, when that happened, and then in 7th grade I started, you know, bullying this one kid just because it made me feel good. And I'm like, oh yeah, like now I know how it feels, because I was a smaller kid in elementary school. I didn't shoot up to like high school.
Yeah.
So it felt good in 7th grade to be like, you know, that guy. And again, I only did it because my friends were doing it to him. And it's funny, like, you know, morally I knew that was wrong, but I still chose to do it because I wanted them to be my friends.
Yeah, they just kept steamrolling. And I'm guessing as you got into high school, you start to pick up more drugs, alcohol to fit into those crowds.
Yeah, so I went to a public high school, and in 2nd semester of my sophomore year, and I thought to myself, okay, this is cool, like all new people, you know, I can give off this persona that I'm a different person than I was at, you know, this private school. So I was excited about that. And it was kind of a rude awakening though, because I've been out of that for so long, and it's like, dang, like they're pretty reckless here, you know, there's fights all the time, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I kind of, you know, was low key for, you know, the end of sophomore year. Junior year, you know, I did cross country, and that was kind of where I met a couple of the guys that I started doing everything with. And again, I'm the new kid, you know. And also another story with I did lacrosse for a little bit, and you know, being the new kid, it's like this guy's just coming in here trying to, you know, show himself.
Yeah.
And another situation happened where, you know, I've made a couple of friends at this point that were trying out for the lacrosse team and stuff like that. And I was wanting to be groups with them. I didn't know the other guys. They were seniors, they were older. And I joined the group with these other guys that were around my year. And one of the senior guys was like, "You don't have any friends, dude. Get out of here." And it's just like, there's little things like that just hurt so bad.
Yeah.
It still like sometimes eats at me. It's like, why do you say that?
Yeah.
You just overthink it. And it's just things like that that really eat at me at times, you know, over this course. And then with doing cross country, you know, I met a couple guys that I thought were cool. So for a long time, for probably like a year, I would say, I was that guy that did not smoke, did not drink, just like hung out with them and they did it. And I just watched them. It was, you know, they were like, "Oh, you're a goody and all that."
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't really want to do it, man, you know? And then I think it was, honestly, dude, it was graduation was like one of the first times that I smoked.
Yeah.
And that was not that great, to be honest with you.
Do you think that was more of a celebratory thing, or do you think it was this getting like beaten down enough by like not feeling good enough, or getting picked on enough, or the lacrosse guy saying nobody even likes you anyway, or you don't even have friends here?
Yeah.
Was it that stuff compiling that led you to?
I think honestly it was, you know, I wanted to be a part of,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I felt like I was going to lose those guys if I didn't join in with what they were doing. So I'm like, because who's going to invite the guy that doesn't smoke or drink?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's going to invite that guy?
Mm-hmm.
He sucks. So at that time he does. But that's why I kind of just gave into it. I'm like, well, you know, if I can keep these guys as my friends, I'll do this and I'll do that. And then not realizing that, and I should have known in the beginning when I was young that I had an addictive personality, because that is a thing. I mean, I would obsess over random stuff. Like I got really into fishing, like obsessive into fishing.
Yeah.
Like cleaning my lures and just real addictive mindset kind of stuff, you know?
I need 6 rods, 6
Yeah,
reels,
everything
like,
organized. And
go
stuff.
all into it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of like, obviously I was not aware of that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when I smoked or drank, especially when I drink, that's when I felt more comfortable around people. Again, like I said, naturally I was a shy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to, I'm not like, hey, I'm Blake, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But when I had a drink in me, that's when it was like, okay, I can go up to this girl, I can go up to this dude and make friends with him and this and that. So liquid courage is like, you know, it's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
The thing about it was a lot of my friends went to Clemson. I didn't go to college because, you know, I thought I was going to be some hot shot working for my dad. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm this age, you know, making all this money. You're still in college. Just trying to like, you know, justify that whatever happened.
You're doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I couldn't get into college because my grades sucked.
Yeah.
So, you know, just trying to justify stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just remember going up there all the time and just like drinking to oblivion. Like even when like they would want to stop, I just kept wanting to go, like at every time. And I should have, like I was like a fiend over, you know, especially smoking weed too. Like if they didn't have any, I wasn't gonna come to Clemson if they didn't have anything on them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the basis of our relationship that we had was like, if he didn't have this or they didn't have this, like it's a waste of time. I'm not just gonna come hang out with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, you think to yourself, and as time goes on, you don't really recognize this pattern. And I remember, so this was, I think it was 2018, early 2018 was when, and before this I was stealing pain pills from, you know, people. Like if I went into a house, you know, like my ex-wife's house, her dad had pain pills because he just had a surgery. I would just slowly take some hydros as they go. But let's kind of take a step back. I remember the first time I did an opiate.
Yeah. Well, I want to take a step back further than that and just touch on, like, because it's happened to me and it happens for most people that I talk to, that it goes from this I'm doing it to fit in to
loving it.
Or to I'm doing it to survive, to self-medicating.
Yeah.
And when you just made the statement of, and I would just drink to oblivion, like I would go way further than the rest of my friends were going to go. you know, it takes me back to moments where I was doing the same thing, and I question it often of like, was I just trying to feel okay? Is that why we're going to oblivion with it? Or was I like hoping that I would die, like slowly trying to like, hey, if I just keep up this lifestyle, I won't live as long. And I know that that's a possibility. And like, maybe I didn't have the guts to like take myself out in a quick way, but like, this is like a slow and painful way to do it.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know which one it was. And maybe it would just go back and forth between the two of like, hey, I kind of want to just die because I'm miserable in my own skin. And I kind of just want to feel okay. Like there's this deep seated fear inside of me that just made me such an uncomfortable human being, like uncomfortable in my own skin.
Yes. And that's the thing. It's a deep rooted fear.
Yeah.
I had so much fear, and the only thing that would take that away would be drugs or alcohol. It literally, that's the only thing that would make me feel some type of way, to not think about, you know, my insecurities, not being good enough, you know, just what am I going to do in the future? Like, am I going to be successful?
Yeah.
Am I going to have kids? Am I going to have a wife? Am I going to be able to buy out? Like,
so let's just numb out of all of that stuff.
Yes.
And then it prevents us from achieving any of those like success and healthy relationships, and it robs us of all the things that we would like to have and like to achieve. But
yeah, well, it really, when you're doing that kind of stuff, you think to yourself, oh yeah, that'll happen at some point, you know, but right now I'm good, I'm chilling. But the thing about it is, it just postpones everything. Every time you do that, it just postpones everything. And then sometimes you don't even make it to that point. A lot of times, if you still continue to do that kind of stuff.
yeah.
David, it's crazy. Like, the story, like, it makes me super grateful. And I don't regret anything that's happened in my life. I'm glad it happened. But I remember the first time I took an opiate. I had like a sore throat, had like bronchitis, and at the time they were giving out codeine like it was candy. My mom and dad didn't even recognize it either, because they had bronchitis at the time too. They're like, "Oh, we'll give you this cough syrup. It makes you feel amazing. You feel so much better." And we don't know that it's a painkiller. And they gave it to me, and I was on Xbox playing Call of Duty, and I was like, "Dude, I feel so good, man!" Like, I was just so chatty and happy. Yeah, I was like, "Why do I feel so good right now?" And then I obviously you don't put two and two together when you're like 15, 16, 17, whatever age I was. And then, you know, when I started dating my ex-wife, which we'll get to that, you know, her dad had surgery, like a very massive surgery where he probably needed these pills. And David, I'm talking like massive
big bottles
bottle of hydros. And so I'm like looking at him, like, I started doing research on my phone. It's like, is hydro the same feeling as codeine and this and that? And obviously I took a couple, and then I noticed like he never took any, and they just sat there. And so I would come over every night, and I'm just, you know, and eventually there was none left, and I just threw the bottle, you know, just threw it. So I took the bottle with me in my car, and I just threw it out the window. Yeah. So he would just forget about it, you know?
Yeah. Do you know if they ever found out?
I don't know. I don't know.
But right now.
yeah. Now they do. But, you know, it's crazy, man. Like, and you just don't know, like, the severity of, you know, doing pain pills, doing any drug really, until, you know, it's too late. But I just remember my friend, he came over to my apartment, and this was after the hydros were gone. So I'm like, I'm fiending. Yeah. I'm like, okay, you know, what can we do to get something like that? Because I liked it. Yeah. You know? I enjoyed it. And then he was like, well, I've got a guy who's got these Roxy 30s. And I was like, is that I'm very ignorant to the medicine world.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is that like the same thing as hydros? And he's like, it's better. And you tell someone that loves hydros that it's better, of course he's gonna say yes.
Yeah.
But then the second text was, well, actually, this is they're fake pills, so you got to be careful with them. I'm like, what do you mean fake pills? He's like, well, it's fentanyl. I was like, okay. Like, for some reason, I trusted this guy. I was like, well, you got to chop up the line for me. Like, if I do it, I'm not going to be the one to do this myself. Like,
yeah.
So I just remember I did put it off for a while.
About what year was this?
2018.
Okay.
2018, 2019.
Yeah, which was kind of when fentanyl was taken off.
Yeah. And he would always come to my apartment and he'd have it on him. And it's weird, like I knew in my heart that I don't need to be doing that because that's way too far. It's like I'll do some pain pills, but I'm not gonna do that. That's next level.
Mm-hmm.
And so he kept bringing it over every time he came over, and I watched him and he looked really happy. And I was like, well, he's not dead, so why not just try it then?
Yeah.
And I wish I never did, but I'm glad I did. That was the craziest feeling of my life. I just remember he put the plate in front of my face and it was like a line like that big, very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And literally we both did a line and we looked at each other right after and we both said this at the same time, which is crazy. We can't get addicted to this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And this was at the time he was starting to get really, really bad on it. And it was just,
I was going to say, this was the friend that was already bringing it over.
he was already
every
bringing
time.
it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he would tell me that he only does it on certain days and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of figured he was probably doing them all the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, how can your body feel this way?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that as addicts, we try to chase that same exact feeling that I felt on my couch that night. That feeling you will never find again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we had this hope that we will find it again. And it's insanity, really.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
You ever seen it's like a cartoon on YouTube of the bird, and it depicts like addiction, and so
the
it
nugget,
goes up
they're
to
little,
it goes up to it the first time and gets the highest high and flies into the air, and then every time after it's flying less and less before it hits the ground.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful picture of like what addiction is like.
Yeah.
Like you're chasing that first high, but every time you're using, you're getting further and further away from it, and you're having a more and more rough landing.
Yeah.
On the come down.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very accurate depiction of what addiction is like. And the crazy thing about it, David, is I did it every day after that.
Yeah.
I never missed a beat. But I told myself when I was high, the first time I got high with fentanyl, okay, I'm only going to do this on weekends to justify it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter, man. Every day on lunch break, I would go get more and more. And
what were these costing?
$30 a pop at
$30
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, $30 a pop at first for a fake pill.
Yeah, which is a lot. I mean,
it's a lot of money.
I was running, I was doing my deal a few years before you.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through that whole like Oxycontin phase.
Yeah.
When pharma was pushing out Oxycontin, and it got to a point where they were getting scarce and they were shutting it down, turning them into gummies where you couldn't grind them up into a powder anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like an 80 milligram Oxy would cost $80. And I would need like 4 or 5 of them throughout the day.
Jeez.
So that's a very expensive habit.
Yeah.
You run the numbers on that, and
just to feel normal.
You got to do very well to keep that habit up.
Yeah.
So I had to sell drugs to afford the habit and get very crafty. So what were you doing to afford that? Like,
I was working for my dad at the time.
Okay.
Working.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't giving 100% at all.
And how long would 130 last you?
A couple hours maybe.
Okay.
I would get probably 2 or 3 at a time, and I would probably do 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
But I would come in every morning dope sick.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had to leave at lunch. I couldn't go out to lunch with my dad or any, like they would try to invite me and it's like, can't tell you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have it.
Yeah.
Or it feels like the flu times 10. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah.
But
I tell families that when they're
wild.
like, my son is sick. It's like, yeah, they feel like they're dying. It feels like death. They're not going to die from like an opiate withdrawal. But
yeah.
it feels terrible.
Yeah. It's, I wouldn't wish that whole thing on my worst enemy. It's awful, man. I can't even put it into words how bad you feel. But it's crazy. I did this for so long. Like, it's just a vicious cycle of repeatedly going to lunch, getting more fake pills. I mean, one time, and people are going to know now, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. But
yeah, throw it out there.
I think I told my dad, and he was like, wow, okay. I remember one time, I got really, like we became good friends, me and the dealer. Because at first it was a middleman situation. Like I would get it from my buddy, and I just cut him out, and I went straight to the guy. And I went over there one day, and his girlfriend was over there, and she was like, "You can have some for free, but you got to deliver some to his work." I was like, "Okay, I mean, it's not a big deal." I mean, she hands me a sack. It's probably 500 bills.
Oh wow!
But I don't even think about it. I just do it.
It's a few felonies.
I'm not getting out.
Yeah.
And of course, me being an addict, I took a bunch of those because he's not going to notice.
Yeah.
But just driving down Lawrence Road with all that stuff on me is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was going to ask, as you're talking through those types of things happening, like was your dad, your mom, were they starting to pick up on this behavior?
Yeah.
Like, hey, my son's never coming to lunch with me anymore. Or,
Yeah. Well, I mean, my mom, it's funny you brought that up. I remember I just, my guy said that he had some. So I'm laying in bed dope sick at like 11 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden I shoot up because, you know that feeling when the guy says he's got it.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I'm not sick anymore.
Yeah,
I'm going.
ready to go.
Yeah. And so I like run to my car, hop in it, and I'm living with my parents at the time. And my mom's like, "Where are you going?" And I was like, "I just want to go to QT to get energy drink." And she was like, "Why?" I was like, "It's because I want one." And in the moment, you don't see how like weird that is, or just it's like they're gonna question that if you just leave. You're not showered. You're in your pajamas. Like you're like hardly wearing anything, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta go. But because that's not like me. Like anytime I leave the house, I shower before. Like I'm
put together.
I try to be put together as much as I can.
Yeah.
And so like seeing that, she's like, that's just weird. And she's like, The Secret Life of Blake. And I'm like, crap, that's and she didn't, and in hindsight, she didn't realize what that did to me when I heard that.
How hard that
she
hit
didn't
you.
know that I was doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
And like that, I was like, crap, they're starting to catch on.
Yeah.
And so over time, when you keep doing this same thing, eventually it all kind of unfolds. And there's multiple situations that happen in my life that attest that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about this further in, but to bring up a pretty crazy point, I remember the day before I went to treatment, because everything was starting to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
The dominoes were just, falling down.
Yeah.
My parents, they caught on to everything. And Jordan texted me and he was like, keep your name out of my mouth, or keep my name out of your mouth about this. Like, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. You're going down. Don't take
you're
me down
going
with
down,
you,
like,
type of thing.
Like, don't tell on me, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't. You know, I was like, okay, dude, like, I mean, I have no choice at this point. When my dad brought up rehab, I was always very polite about it. I was never like yelling at my parents. But I told him, I was like, that's for like people that are doing like crazy stuff, you know, and I'm doing fentanyl, you know, it's wild.
I just need to go to therapy once a month, maybe.
I'm thinking like someone like shooting up in their arm and stuff. And I'm like, that I don't belong there. Like, I just, you know, just let me do a drug test. And, you know, so it was about to be the weekend. So let me do a drug test on Monday. If I pass, I'm not going. He's like, okay, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, we were so, I mean, I was trying anything I could at that point.
Yeah. I'd love to talk to your parents too and have the parents' perspective, because you know their gut is telling them like
something's off.
Something's really, really off. And your mom had probably seen it several times. Your dad had probably seen it several times. But I think most parents fall into this of like, I like to say your heart outweighs your gut. Like, your heart is just so big and you love your son so much that you don't want to believe that it's this thing going on.
Oh yeah.
Even though your gut is telling you like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is probably really bad. Our son's going half naked to the QT to get an energy drink right now.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. It's crazy. But so anyways, like they kind of, everything was already known that I was doing this stuff, but all my friends were like, don't tell anybody that we're doing it. You know, like, you're going down, dude. You got caught.
Yeah. And then your dad agrees to you passed the drug test?
Which is crazy. Being an ex-cop, he was like, yeah, like, you know, take a drug test. If you can pass, that's good. Like, well, you won't go to treatment. And I just remember like the next day he was like, meet me at the gym. Like, we'll go work out, which is, I was not thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
And I made up some lie cause I was like super late. Like, he went there and like was there for 30 minutes. And while he's there, like I'm picking up more drugs. I don't care about his time, because as long as I got what I need, then I'll be your son after that. I got to make sure I got what I need.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I got to run to my house, because I can't remember why, but I was staying at my my ex-wife's parents' house for some reason. And so I was like, I got to run to my apartment really quick to get something. And I pull up to my apartment and he's sitting there in the parking lot. He's like, what you doing? And I know my dad, he's scary. My dad is a scary person when he's mad. And, you know, like I still can remember his face. Like, it's just like, he knows.
You knew
He was like,
it was game time.
Like, yeah. I was like, crap.
Yeah.
And so we get up to the apartment. He's like, let me search your pockets. And I was like, why? That's weird. And, you know, just trying to make it awkward. And I had my pills in like this little weird container, and I tried to chuck it. So stupid, dude.
Yeah.
Like, so dumb.
I'm not crazy, you're crazy.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Trying to gaslight your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I threw it in. Luckily it landed on a towel, so he didn't hear it. And then I thought he didn't hear it. And so he's like checking my pockets, and he's like, and he turns his head and he sees it, and he like runs and grabs it, and then he empties it out. He's like, all right, you're going to treatment. I was like, no. So I went to treatment, and
like right then, like in that moment, like how did that?
So it was the next day.
Okay.
That I went to
so
treatment.
he went, like, I'm guessing, researched some options.
He already knew, like.
Okay. So
I think
this
he was
is an important detail. So had they already been kind of behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Putting things together, having options.
Definitely.
Seeing their own therapist potentially.
I think that they were, I think they were already talking to their therapist, trying to figure out like a game plan.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, I think when he said like, if you can pass a drug test, like he was still going to take me to treatment.
Yeah.
I mean, your son's doing fentanyl, you
Yeah,
know?
or maybe he was just that sure you weren't going to pass a drug test.
Yeah. He's like, there's no way. But
Yeah.
he already had it planned. He's like, all right, so tomorrow we're leaving. You know, we go down there, and I'm not feeling it at all. I didn't want to be there. You know, you're dope sick.
Did you go to treatment or did you
I didn't
go
go
to detox?
I'd never went to detox till
Did not
the
go
last
to
time I
detox.
got. The
Okay.
last time I went back out and came back,
Woof.
dude.
So you had to
Brutal.
go through withdrawals in treatment.
And it's like an outdoor adventure kind of thing. So,
Mhm.
you know, it was rough.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to anybody. And again, I always seem to find the guys that are wanting to, you know, they don't want to be there, but they want to feel something.
Hmm.
And they know I'm hurting. And a guy I met there, he was like, hey man, I heard that Kratom helps with withdrawals.
Hmm.
I was like, really? I was like, what is that stuff? And he's like, it's just a plant, dude. It's not bad.
Yeah.
And he's been doing his own sneaky thing by like going up to the store and buying some. And I kept doing that all the time over the course of probably 3 months, I would say, being there.
Hmm.
They gave me so many chances. It's insane. They gave me 5 chances. And then the guy was like, look, dude, like, I like you, man, but you got to go. Like, you keep relapsing. Like, I don't know what to do with you, man.
Yeah.
He's like, we can't keep you out of the kratom and stuff. Again,
Where were you? So, and I just want anyone listening to hear this. So you're still like in the Greenville, South Carolina, but where you even grew up? You were in like Anderson, South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina area. Where do you go to treatment?
Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Okay, so they send you down to Georgia, which is
Yes.
far enough away from home
Yeah.
where they
Yeah.
think, okay, we're going to get him out of town. He's not around any of his friends. That'll
Doesn't
hopefully
matter.
help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted anyone who's listening to this to kind of wrap their head around the.
Yeah. And what I say, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter like where you go.
Yeah.
You're going to find it.
Yeah. For sure.
It does not matter.
Yeah. No, if you're on a mission to get high, you're going to
Yeah, exactly.
figure it out.
So many chances there. They were really cool guys.
Mhm.
I just was not feeling it.
Hmm.
So I got kicked out. And then I went to another treatment place in Greenwood, South Carolina. And, you know, it just wasn't I said at the moment, it wasn't my type of people. Like, didn't get along with anybody there. They were kind of a little rough around the edges. And I had this ego, man. Like, I had this ego. I don't need to be here. Like, look at these people.
Yeah.
I'm not these people.
Hmm.
That was the first time I tried heroin, though, was
Mhm.
at that treatment center, which is crazy to say.
Yeah.
But again, it's always like finding that one guy in the treatment center that knows a guy or knows a little segue to get something.
Hmm.
And I'm like a magnet to them, or they're a magnet to me. Like I will find that guy. I did not care again, you know. So the first week I cared. I was like, okay, like, you know, I gotta get this right.
Hmm.
And then I just kind of was like, when you lay in bed all day and you're depressed and you isolate, that is when that thought comes back into play. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
why am I doing this, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to feel good, man. Like, that's
Mhm.
all I want to do is feel good.
Yeah.
And that was when it was like, okay, start off with, you know, I would take anything at that point. Like, it was, you know, he had like anti-anxiety medication that they gave him, but me being an idiot, like, you have to take it for a long time for it to actually work.
Mhm.
But I would take it. He'd give it to me. I'd take it,
Yeah.
thinking that it would do something.
Just get any kind
I
of
just wanted to
relief.
feel something, man.
Yeah.
And I just remember,
Were you still withdrawing at this point? Like having, you know, shaking, sweating, nausea? Or you just wanted
I was
some
having
relief?
kratom withdrawal for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was so I
And
was,
that's a real thing too.
That-
like
it's
people,
worse.
People
It-
think that kratom is not powerful enough
No,
to give
it's-
you a serious withdrawal, but that shit sucks.
It is okay. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like, it is probably worse than some opiates.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah. So I'm withdrawing off of Kratom because, like, yeah, they sell it in a smoke shop and they say it's a plant and whatnot.
Or a gas station.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that and Kava. Stay
Yeah.
away from that. Literally, will give you withdrawals. They think this like a healthy alternative for
Mhm.
pain. I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah.
Just from based on my experience, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about like any type of drug, if you get some type of high off of it, there's always gonna be a come down.
Yep.
Like that's just how your brain works. You stay at baseline, you get a high, you drop lower than your baseline. That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in Greenwood.
You find that guy.
Find
The
that
one
guy
that'll-
who
Misery
you know the
loves
guy
company.
you know the guy that's like, I used to be the biggest dealer in Greenwood, this
Yep.
and that. I was like, okay, if you are, then let me get some, dude. So the only thing about this place is, so they had a 28-day program and they had a month, like a couple months long program, like a 6-month program.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the 6 month, he was in the 28-day, but he could still come back to meetings. After.
Ah.
So he
Yeah.
was bringing it.
God, what a setup for a drug
right?
dealer.
It's perfect. I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, this is awesome. I didn't realize how quickly they would find out that we were all like, everybody in that cabin was doing heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And then the head guy, he was like, all right, cabin 12, you're all getting drug tested. I'm like, oh, again, man, like, I'm gonna get kicked out again. And then I was like, you don't even need to drug test me, dude. I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, well, I mean, I still want to test you. I was like, okay, but I'm just letting you know, like, just that was a small part of me trying to give up on this whole, dream of being able to do drugs and being successful,
Yeah.
which it doesn't happen. My dad, he's super resilient, man. Like, he's probably, and I know he's my dad, but even if he wasn't my dad, I would say this about him. He's probably one of the toughest guys I've ever met in my life.
Mhm.
I've never seen him cry. And he just is so gung-ho to like move on to the next thing. Like,
Mhm.
okay, you got kicked out. I'm not gonna berate you anymore. Like, let's go find another place.
Yeah.
Like, just keep going. Don't give up on this dream of his son getting sober. Then he found Greenville Transitions for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I still don't want to, I mean, I'm like 1 foot in the door at this point. I'm like, okay, like,
Something's got to.
these guys are, they dress nice, they look cool. Like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this is more my speed. It's a smaller group. There's not a bunch of people. It's not like 50 people.
Yeah.
It all goes back to me, man. Like, I had this ego that I was, there was one guy that like, he liked Pokemon, and I'd be like, that's weird, man. Like, you're a weirdo. But thinking back about it, he's actually a cool guy. And
Yeah.
I was just very judgmental and negative because I thought that other people would laugh about that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's funny, David.
It was like that middle school bully coming back
yeah,
up.
yeah. But think about it now, like, I'm weird, man. Like, I like stuff that probably other people wouldn't like. And it's when you find out that like who you actually are and you just kind of just roll with it, people like you more. They
Yeah.
realize you're not putting up a front.
Mhm.
It's crazy like how big of an ego I had. And I carried that for a long time, working out, so hard, just trying to get big and like feel better about myself. And
Mhm.
always on like dating apps, just like, and that was an addiction for me too. I feel like just swiping.
Yeah.
Um,
Just getting some kind of validation that
Just
like,
like,
oh,
oh, you look
somebody
good.
likes me out there.
yeah, there's one person that likes me. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I can, walk around and not feel like I'm getting judged.
Yeah.
Um,
And I do want to say to that point, though, I think sometimes it's necessary to have a little bit of that in early recovery. Like, when you still feel so bad, if like going to the gym and seeing some positive changes in your
Yeah,
body is
yeah.
what gets you through for the first
Exactly.
month, 2 months, 6 months, like do that.
Yeah.
Or if like eating Reese cups at night is what gets you through the
Hey,
first
man,
6 months and
whatever
you're
it
not
takes.
doing heroin, like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe give into that a little bit in the beginning, and then that stuff will like
Yeah.
even out later, you know,
So-
as you get settled in your recovery.
Yeah. It's funny that you say it evens out later. So now, like, I go to the gym almost every day.
Mhm.
I love it, but I'm not obsessive about it like I used to be. And
Yeah.
and I don't do it for other people though. That's the difference.
That's the biggest difference.
I do it for
right
me
there.
because I feel good after.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, like I hit the Stairmaster for 30 minutes without
Mhm.
stopping. Like that's awesome. You know, like I burned this. I love tracking my calories.
Yeah.
Like I love doing that. But I'm not like posting it online like I used to, or like flexing in the mirror. It's awful.
Are you taking mirror pics?
Oh yeah, yeah. Somewhat. I thought I was big.
Yeah.
Wasn't big.
I did it too.
Yeah. I feel like every guy when they start working out does that.
We had our moment.
Yeah. But in the moment, you're like, "Oh, I look awesome, dude." And
Yeah.
People are like, "You're weird, man. Like that. Why are
Yeah,
you doing
please
that?
stop.
Dude? Yeah, stop it, dude." But like, the gym has been another key factor in my recovery.
Mhm.
Like, it is so beneficial to work out because it doesn't matter if you're happy, sad, angry. Go to the gym and you'll feel so much better after. I promise you. If you
Yeah.
actually do a real workout, you will feel better after.
Mhm.
And I like how you guys implement that.
Yeah.
And have the option to go to the gym.
My big thing with that is like, if you're, a super anxious person, a super depressed, you're experiencing a lot of depression, some mental health issues, if a lot of that is going on, which it oftentimes is in early recovery,
Yeah.
and you go work out, like you're using up some energy
Yep.
in the gym that would otherwise have been placed into anxiety and depression and those negative things.
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
go burn some of that off. Like,
Yeah.
You'll sleep better. You'll probably eat better. You're gonna feel a little better.
feel like you accomplished something that
An
day.
accomplishment. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge thing of like, oh, I got a win for the day. If nothing else, I went to the gym.
Yeah,
I sweat a little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I hit the bike for 30 minutes before I came here because it helps with my anxiety because I get anxious about,
Being on video.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is just, I feel
It's
like
weird.
everybody does. They just don't say it,
Yeah.
But I'm here to say it. Like I was pretty nervous. And
Yeah.
I was telling my wife that on the way here. I'm like, a little nervous, I haven't seen him in a while. So she's like, what are you nervous about? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm good.
Yeah.
But going back to, in your mind, it's always worse in your mind than it actually is,
Mhm.
But going back to treatment, so what happened was I go through the program and I go to the step down house. And I think and this is the thing, when you isolate and you're bored, you just end up kind of wanting to do, like, if you don't stay connected and if you don't have a purpose in life, like I was working at a grocery store and I wasn't in it though. Like I was just a bottom tier. Like I didn't want to, I just felt like I had no goals set in place.
Yeah.
I felt,
Didn't feel purpose there.
yeah. And it felt like my worth was very low. Like my self-esteem was low.
Well, and you had also, going through a divorce and dealing with that. Let's
Yeah.
kind of throw that in.
I forgot
'Cause
about
that's
that.
a
Yeah.
Major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a big part. You were actually there with me when you saw the papers too. So
Mhm.
that hurt,
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought that at the time, and looking back, I'm
Yeah.
just
So you went into treatment with a wife.
yes.
And what, like halfway through this treatment with,
Yeah.
with the younger guys in Greenville.
I thought she was bluffing with all that. And like getting that when think you're doing like really good. And we were just both toxic for each
Mhm.
other. We were not healthy.
Not to say you were toxic as an individual or she was toxic as an
Our
individual, but
relationship
together that relationship
It was
was
very toxic.
not a healthy relationship.
Yes. When that happened, it was like wow, this is real. Like I'm a divorced guy I think I was 26.
Mhm.
that, I just remember sitting in my room reading the papers, and you came in and we sat down and talked about it, and I just started bawling because like it hurts.
Yeah.
You know, you don't feel wanted, and I don't know, like it's tough.
Dude, I'm sure it like cycles you back through all the
It
moments in
does.
your life, like back to middle school or
Yeah.
back to the guy on lacrosse that's like, hey, you don't even have any friends here, scram. Like,
Yeah, and
get
it's-
out of here. It's like taking you through all that rejection of like, huh, well, this is why I turned to drugs and alcohol in the first place. So,
Yeah, and that, I'm glad that you brought that up, because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about, and that's a key point that I missed. But that, I'm pretty sure that's what started kind of this cycle up again. It's like, well, you know, if I can't, like, because I thought that once I got out of treatment, you know, we were going to go back to our happy, merry life.
yeah.
It was never merry or happy. It was, you know, very toxic. But I thought that I was going to be able to go back home and do my thing. And that like false sense of hope that's gone now. Like, what do I have now?
Now it's just like another
just like
failure.
my mom
stamped
and
in the
dad
book.
and sister. Like, now I got to start all over again,
Yeah.
finding somebody. And it's just,
Meanwhile, I was in my 30s, like, Blake, I still haven't figured it out, man. So
yeah.
you'll be okay.
Yeah. Should have listened to you, man. I should have. But when you're in that moment, you're like, no, like this is crazy. But can I talk about her drunk driving story? How she crashed her car?
Bro, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Okay.
Like, it's
So the thing
all
that
fair game.
the thing that really ate me up was the fact that like her family thought I was the only one that was a bad influence, and she was doing her thing as well. You know, like we both did drugs and drank a lot and stuff, and you know, like it's funny. Like we got divorced, and then she almost in a way wanted me back, and so it was kind of really weird.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. And so she showed up to my work and clearly intoxicated. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, what is going on? And so, like, I think she was battling her own demons. And so, what's messed up though, David, is like, that made me happy. I was like, okay, she
Yeah.
wants me. She wants me. I'm good, man. You
Yeah.
know?
That had to bring you some type of relief of like, oh, maybe it wasn't a rejection or a failure.
Yeah, maybe we could figure this out or
Yeah.
something. I think it was either you or Lucas or somebody. They were like, dude, you don't need to talk to her, man. Like,
I think we were all saying that.
yeah, stay away from her. And
Yeah.
then I think I blocked her, and then I unblocked her because I was that guy at the time. Like, I had to have attention. And I got like the spam amount of text, and it was a picture of her car that was like just destroyed, like totaled. And she was like, this is your fault. You put me in a terrible situation because I'm worried about you and this and that. And I'm like, what? Like, I haven't talked to you in like quite a while now. And she's like, what? I just want us back together, but I know it's never going to work. And
Yeah.
I got drunk and crashed into a guardrail. And I'm just like, why is this my problem? You know? And I thought it was my problem. I'm like, I'm the reason she's like this, but it's not. It was her internal issues, and I have my own issues as well. But that ate me up too. It's like, I'm the reason that this happened. I'm the reason that happened. I'm the reason that we got divorced, that she crashed her car, that we got an eviction notice.
Yeah.
It's all, and yes, it is, you know, like I had a part in it for sure. But when you think about that, you're like, well, I'm just going to do drugs, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's gonna make me feel better about myself. That's gonna give me some type of confidence to get through the day. And you know, it started out with Kratom again. You know, that was the thing. I was doing Kratom for a little bit, and then it turned into reuniting with an old buddy when I was in the halfway house, and you know, doing the same exact thing again. And I know we wanted to touch on whenever I started doing some type of work for you.
Yeah. So
we need
is
to-
this when that happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, you made it through.
Yeah. I was sober in the main house and then for part of the halfway house.
Went to the Yeah. Or
Yep.
the step up house is,
Yeah.
is what we call it
Yeah,
these
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Were you living in that house when you started working
Yes.
for Greenville Transitions?
Mhm.
Okay.
I remember you called me when I was dropping off one of those guys up in North Carolina,
Yeah.
and you asked me about it. And
I think I told you, like, take some time. And
Yeah, take some time to think about it.
Talk about it with your dad or whoever.
yeah.
I think I'd already mentioned it to your dad. I had a pretty good
Yeah.
relationship with him by this time. So
Yep.
I kind of told him like what I was planning on doing and asking him like, do you think this is a good idea
Yeah.
or a good next step?
Well, he loves GT, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah, why not? Bring it up to him. So I
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
I did not know you were already
Lucas already knew, man.
back to the races.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely, like, we all talked about it as a team. I don't think anyone knew. We were like, yeah, Blake would be perfect. Like, who better to like go out and talk about our program than someone who's been through the program?
Yeah, exactly. And I get where you were coming from with that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
So,
I think
like-
it's great, but I just was not healthy.
Yeah. So you came in, kind of went through that orientation
Yeah.
process. Dude, it's been so much has happened since
That-
then. I don't even remember how long you stayed on before it kind of came to light.
It was in March of 2021 when everything kind of went downhill. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got sober April 8th of 2021.
Yeah.
So coming up on 4 years now. But that's when March was, that month was terrible. The thing about it, when you're hiding something from a treatment center, dude, my heart was probably at 150 all the time around
Yeah.
you guys. I didn't want to be around you guys because I didn't want any inkling of, you guys noticing. Because you've been through
Dude,
this.
I've got to say,
Stupid.
like, I didn't know you had it in you to hide it like that.
I didn't know either, but once you get it in you, you're
It's
like,
dude, he
I've gotta-
agreed to work for a treatment center and he's getting high in the bathroom.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
And I remember too having a videography company come in to
Yeah.
take video and
Yeah.
like for us to put on the website, and I know that they pulled you into a room and they were going to video with you. Dude, I never got that footage.
Good.
I know that they came back out and they were like, hey, we had a really good like moment with Blake. It was really good. And I know you were crying.
Yeah.
And I just thought in the moment, I was like, oh, now that must have been like a very heartfelt thing. But I have to know now,
Yeah.
did you like shed some light on the truth in that moment?
No, I just don't think I was probably making any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was crying because I was guilty.
Yeah. Okay. I figured that like
It was
looking
not
back
because
on
I'm
it,
so happy that I'm sober. Like it was like a cry for help.
got it. Okay.
I was like, I can't tell I don't know what to do, man. I
Yeah.
did not know what to do at that moment.
yeah.
I feel like that's what hell is like. I'm not kidding. Like a lot of my anxiety stemmed from that whole situation. It was bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's such a terrible moment, but I'm glad it happened. And I'm glad that we can sit here and have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
too.
and laugh about it now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But in that, like looking back on it now, after I figured out, okay, he's been using, we need to get him off the team. Like,
Yeah, kick that dude
let
out.
him get back and get you. I mean, honestly, we were more concerned about getting you back right, like getting you some
Yeah.
help, getting you back to a good place. But looking back now, I thought for sure, I was like, oh, since I never got the footage, I was like, oh, he like maybe confessed what was going on in that room.
I'm actually using
on video.
drugs.
So that didn't happen. You were
No,
just like probably not making sense. And
Yeah, I don't know. I think, I know that the videographer like has, I feel like he could probably tell something was off.
Yeah.
Something like that. But I'd like to touch on the story of the cold urine,
Mm-hmm.
the Lucas story.
Yeah.
Because I was willing to go to any length to I was never going to tell you guys openly until there was actual proof.
Yeah. And like by this time, I had witnessed you like, we all knew something was going on.
Yeah.
things were off, probably similar to what your parents had been feeling before they sent you to treatment.
Well, also we can talk about. So I went to their house one night for dinner, and like we went out to dinner and we came back, and I did the fentanyl in their bathroom in their powder room,
yeah.
and literally like going back to the same trait.
Mm-hmm.
They called me and they were like, "Hey, like there's some blue powder in the powder room. Are you using again?" And my heart just went like it just sunk. I'm like, "No, that's I don't know, like I don't know why I said this." And they said that they didn't believe it when I said it.
Mm-hmm.
They knew that there was something off, but I was like, "Yeah, that's my pre-workout powder. Why would I bring that in the bathroom?"
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. So they were already kind of understanding what was going on.
Yeah.
But
and I had I had gotten to the point where I was just kind of like, when I noticed you going to the bathroom, I'd kind of just, listen in on like, and I would hear you like ruffling some cellophane, snorting.
Yep.
I could hear you sniffling. You'd come out sniffing. It's like, okay.
Dude.
And then I just want you to admit it. I'm like, dude, I can't help you until you help you. Like, you got to admit to me that like there's a problem, and then we can work on that problem.
Yeah.
But if you don't think there's a problem,
you can't help someone that doesn't want help.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that's like they say, like you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But I do think in a lot of cases you have to kind of throw water up to the horse and be like, come on, dude, this is what it can look like.
Yeah, I take that back.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me. It took me, you had to keep pushing me and pushing me until I finally wanted it.
Exactly.
Those times are tough, man.
Yeah.
That was probably the hardest couple months of my life, just because you're trying to hide something that these guys have been through before, while also working. Like, you're a fraud, dude.
Yeah.
I would hear that right when I would wake up. You're a fraud. You're a piece of crap. Like, you suck. You're not good enough. You should just.
Like, these are the voices in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were super negative all the time. They know, like, what are you going to do, man? You can't last forever. They're eventually going to find out. And yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
But
the plan was like, whatever, I'm going to ride it out as long as I can.
I think I was just like, weirdly enough,
back.
just kind of like, just taking it day by day. Whatever happens, happens. And the downfall of this operation I was trying to make happen was, this is when, I think the moment Lucas kind of knew was when he came in. He's like, got a drug test for you? And I'm like, I don't have to pee. And he's like, well, I mean, like, whenever you're ready, pee in it. And
where was this? Oh, it was at the
office.
House. Oh, at the office. Okay.
Yeah, this was the first time that it happened.
Yeah.
So this was the time that I was like, well, I don't have to pee. And I think I was dropping off like something at an office for you. And I was like, well, while I'm out, I'm just gonna go get some fake urine and come back and then take the urine test, and then everything will be good.
Yeah.
And
which is pretty easy to get these days.
Yeah, and
fake
perfect
urine.
enough, Smoke and Brew was right across the street from where I had to go.
Yeah.
But I come back, and then as soon as I do the drug test and he says it's clear, I'm like overloaded with dopamine and just talking excessively, probably foaming out of the mouth. I don't know. I can't really remember. But that's when he kind of understood. And he gave me this look, and I'm like, okay, he knows. Lucas knows. And he's very good at that.
Yep.
I was like, okay, I got to back off a little bit. But I can't because I work here. I'm around these guys all the time, so I don't know what to do. And then one day I'm getting ready for work, and I see his old 4Runner pull up in the driveway. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have the pee warm. Like, it's just sitting in my dresser. It's cold. And so like, I try to hurry and like put it in my pants to warm it up. And that's when he's like, I need you to pee in this cup. And I was like, okay. And it's just so exaggerated when I'm trying to like act like I'm using the restroom because I'm like grunting and stuff. And he's like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Yeah.
Yeah, just like trying to make it more believable. And I didn't realize there was a temperature reading thing on urine test.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's weird. It's not reading the temperature. It says it's too cold." And I was like, "That's crazy, man. We should go take another drug test." I'm an idiot when like this is just crazy thinking about it. Like he put his finger in it, and I was like, "Oh, that's gross, dude." Like you just put your finger in my urine. Like that's weird. But he knew what it was.
Yeah.
He knew what it was already.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We can take another drug test." There's so many moments in these next couple of days that I know, like, I had to get sober, and I was like, "This is it, man. Like, I've tried everything to use and live a normal life, and it's not working. Like, it does not work. I cannot sustain a normal life. I can't keep relationships. I can't, I can't just do normal daily tasks." So
Yeah.
I realized that, and it's weird in recovery. It's more of like people saying less, and like moments that happen in recovery where you kind of ponder on it. You're like, wow, like, yeah, dude, I got to get sober, man. And so we get to the house, and I just start crying excessively. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like, I've been using this whole time, and I'm working for you guys. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And Lucas, he's awesome, man. He's like, well, like, we're gonna have to take you to detox or something. And so the scariest part was when you had to tell my dad.
Yeah.
My dad, I know you probably remember that moment. That was pretty brutal.
For sure. Dude, that is, I will say, like, the hardest part of working in this industry is to have to call someone's parents and say, the hardest part is to say, hey, your son has passed away, or your daughter, or hey, there's been a relapse, or, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And to hear the gasps or the cries or the silence that happens on the other end of the phone in those calls is brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. And you hurt. I'm hurting for them. Like, honestly, I was like, forget Blake in this moment. Like, I'm so sorry for you guys, and like how much like you put into your son or your daughter getting better, and all they want for their child is to like live a happy,
that's all they want,
successful life. Like, they just want you to, at the end of the day, they want you to be happy.
And you don't care about what they.
And that is just so far out of sight, out of mind for someone when they're in active addiction. It is so hard to face. But sorry, I got derailed there just to say that's a tough part of the gig.
Yeah, going back to, my dad, he came into the office, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, this is gonna get bad, dude. Like, this is gonna get really, really bad, because this whole time they're thinking I'm like doing well and putting on this front, working for GT. Like, I'm doing so good, man. And another reason why I think my dad is awesome and I love him so much is he didn't yell at me, though. Like, he didn't yell.
It might have been good that I was there.
I'm so glad you were in there, because you probably would have brought back the old days. Yeah. I don't know, dude. But it was probably good that you were there. I just remember seeing his face, man. Like, he's super resilient. Like, I'm so blessed that he's my dad. The one thing about my mom and dad is they never gave up on me, no matter what I put them through. And it's like, that's crazy you have that much love for somebody, And I don't have any kids yet, but I'm sure I'll understand that at some point. Like, you're willing to do anything, like money, time, like, just to make sure your kid's okay. It's wild, But we don't see us kids don't see, like, when they're holding us when we're a baby, we don't remember that moment.
Yeah.
We don't remember when they're changing our diapers or when they're sending us off to the first day of school. Like, they think about all those moments, and we don't see that, though. And that's why it hurts them so much. Yeah, it's, I just remember, like, my dad was like, let's go to detox, let's get you right.
I found one.
Yeah.
at that point. I
Being-
think I'd already
yeah.
been doing some legwork, trying to line up like,
Yeah.
hey, if you're coming in, let's like have a plan of
Yeah.
like, we're going here, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And I will say, I mean, your parents did get really good at holding their boundaries.
They did.
Of like, hey,
I'm proud
this
of
is what
them.
we're
Yeah.
doing. We're like, figure it out.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do this plan, I don't even know. I don't know how they approached you with it. You were pretty willing to go, I think, at that point.
Oh yeah. I did not even hesitate. I
Yeah.
was like, if you're saying I'm not going to be on the street, like, cool, I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Yeah.
And I get there, and it's it's a state-funded detox, so
Mm-hmm.
there's people there in psychosis, and it's you can't have nicotine, and I was withdrawing off of nicotine and the fentanyl and stuff. So detox is very important for my story because it changed everything for me. And this is exactly why, like, I know that there's something out there that's greater than me,
Mm-hmm.
like God, who I call my higher power. I've never had a moment like that till I was in detox, like a spiritual awakening is what they say. I didn't believe in that. I didn't think, because maybe some people don't have that happen, and that's fine. But it definitely happened to me. I tried to call my dad. He was at a car show, so he didn't answer. And that's the thing, like, my dad just went right back to work,
Mhm.
dropped his son off at detox and went right back to work. Like,
Yeah.
and this was the next day though. So I tried to call him, he didn't answer. And then I called my mom, which was after the call, I was like, that was probably a big mistake. But looking back, I'm glad I did call her. Because, I started asking her all these questions. I said, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Like, am I just like alone after this? Like, what? Because I'm freaking out.
Mhm.
And I think that she had to, this is probably really hard for her to say this, but she was like, you just need to turn to God at this point and run. And then she just hung up the phone. And I'm like, oh, so I'm like freaking out because she's never, she's always been, like, oh, I can do this or that. But when she
Yeah.
did that, I think that just kind of changed everything. And I went back to my room and I sat there and I thought about everything that happened in my life, all the hurt, all the pain, what was the root cause, and it was me.
Mhm.
Like, I'm the reason that this happened, that happened. It's not anybody else's fault. It's not. And
Mhm.
I think that I kept trying to blame people for everything that happened. And it's not, dude. It's really not.
Yeah.
And I'll argue with someone that says that otherwise, because if things like this happen all the time and they're consecutive, it's you, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's a common denominator.
Yeah. And so I never do this, but I got on my knees and like prayed by the bed because I just was hurting
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically. And I was like, God, like, I need your help, man. Like, and I said, man, like, I'm not formal. Like, I need your help.
Yeah.
I know you're there and I know you can help me. I'm done. I am so done with this stuff. I cannot do it anymore. And I just sat there and just kind of stewed on the whole thing. I didn't think I would get a second chance with you guys, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is it. Like, we're going to take this seriously. We're not going to do anything stupid. Like, I have a shot to be a better person again. And so I had a great time during that whole course of the 6 months. And I met my amazing sponsor, Larry, and he's intimidating. And I think that's what I needed, though. I needed
Yeah.
someone that, didn't go along with my crap.
Yeah.
So I think I needed someone to be like, hey, like, no, you have to do that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop you. You got to do this and that. And
Hold you accountable.
yeah, yep. Like, actually went through the whole 12 steps.
Mm-hmm.
And a beautiful moment was when I got to make amends to my mom. We were at the Stacks Omega. after I made amends with her, it's almost like this weight was just kind of taken off my shoulder. And I was like, this is, like, I felt great after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's just, it's little moments like that kind of, like I told her, you know, I'm not sorry, but because in amends, you don't really say you're sorry. You tell them, you know, why you want to talk to them about whatever happened. And this is just a way of saying, I don't want to do that again to you. And I want to build trust back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hurt you anymore. It was very, very
I bet
good.
that was an emotional breakfast.
It was, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of tears shed. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. And then, you know, the thing that, and I wanted to touch on the 2 incidents that happened at the halfway house. This is kind of a sensitive subject. It's very powerful though.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment, it was terrible and tragic and traumatizing. But looking back now, like, it is one of the bigger reasons why I'm still here today. So, you know, I mentioned Jordan before I went to treatment for the first time, and he said, you know, he sent me that text, and well, Jordan ended up at GT, and
At the same treatment you were in.
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
And this is how long later, do you think? From going into your first treatment and Jordan calling you saying, keep my name out of your mouth, don't rat on me.
So that was 2019.
2019, and
To
then you're
2021.
both in the same treatment in 2021.
Yeah.
Happen to be there. You overlap a tiny bit.
Well, it was funny because, like, I was working for you
Yeah.
at that moment when he was there,
Yeah.
and then, you know, everything unfolded, and I was below him in like the
Then
status.
you
of,
restarted. The
yeah,
process.
that was so weird.
So you went through like the whole, like our main program again, which was like 5 or 6 months
Yes.
at the main house. And
Yep.
then you had graduated and moved into that step-up house.
Yep.
And then you and Jordan were together in that house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went there before me because he had more time
Mhm.
at that moment. But, you know, like, looking back, like, he had a lot of stuff that looked really good. Like, he was about to start a new job. His best friend was getting married.
Mhm.
It just, everything, and that's just the scary part about addiction is even when things are going good, it can still creep back up.
Mhm.
It's not always that person that's depressed and sitting in their room. It could also be, you know, I'm going to celebrate because all this good stuff is
Yeah.
happening.
Sometimes it's often like when everything's going so well, it's like,
Just
oh, well,
add the cherry on top.
yeah,
you
I
know?
could go back to what I was doing now because I have it all back in place.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a night that I'll never forget. And that night, you know, Jordan came home and he was like in a really great mood. I was like, this is awesome. Because me and him kind of bickered because I felt like I wasn't really good at taking like, you know, someone picking on, like just joking and stuff.
Mhm.
I was very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so, like, when he was being nice to me, I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, you know, maybe we're actually becoming friends again, something like that.
Mhm.
And so he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. And so me and the house manager are sitting on the couch, just watching TV, normal, casual day. And this was like drug test day. So we all had to take our drug test, and Jordan was the last one, you know, that needed to take his drug test. And we're just watching TV like any other day. And the house manager looks at me, he's like, where's Jordan at? And I was like, he's in the bathroom. He's like, how long has he been in there? And the thing that still kind of eats me up is me and my other buddy were in the kitchen, like cooking,
Mhm.
because this guy, I love him. He's awesome, but we would always like try to eat like a bunch of protein stuff because we were really, really into fitness at that time. And
Yeah.
so we were cooking, and the bathroom was across the hall from the kitchen. When someone's in the bathroom for a long time, maybe the stomach hurts, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we heard the sound coming from there, and it was like almost like he was breathing underwater. I was like, maybe he's just like rinsing his mouth out. But in hindsight, we know what that was. If you could go back in time, like, and you heard that sound, you second guess yourself, like maybe I could have helped him. Because that still kind of lives with me from day to day. It's like, I heard that sound, I didn't do anything about it. But I just didn't think, because he was in such a good headspace, that he was doing that. Because he was doing great, man.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
He was solid.
Coming. Yeah.
He was going to his meetings all the time too. Like, I mean, he was doing really good. After we hear that in the beginning, that's when I sit down with the house manager, and like, once I say he's been in there for probably 20, 30 minutes, he gives me this look like panic. And he's like, dude, no, like we pause and we get up immediately, and he starts knocking on the door. He's like, Jordan, and nothing. We're like, oh, this, maybe he's got his headphones in. Like, any sign of hope we're trying to grab.
Talk yourself out of it. Yeah.
And so he runs around the front of the house and looks, and he sees he's on the floor. And he's like, oh my God. Like, I've never seen, he's a pretty chill guy, our house manager. I've never seen him like this.
And a small guy. He's not like a big,
Yeah. And so he like superhuman busts that door down by kicking it. And, we see him there, and it's just, dude, those moments like that, man, like, are permanently etched to your head. And I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And for it to be your friend, it's like, wow, like, that's great. Like, we're trying to do CPR on him. Like, we're trying to do anything we could, because he was blue. Like, it was, I mean, it's crazy. Like, you can't even put into words how traumatic that is to see that. It felt like a dream, or a nightmare, I should say. It didn't feel like real. Like, I feel like I was about to wake up at any moment.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
We called the EMS or 911, and they're like working on him for a long time. It does not feel real. And the thing that really has helped me is a picture that I have etched in my brain. Is after, we told Jordan's parents that you need to come to the house, the house manager told his parents, and I got a clear look of both of their faces. And you just see, like, when they hear those words, you're like, this is something out of like a terrible movie. Like, it doesn't even feel real.
Yeah.
And seeing that, I'm like, that could have been my parents.
Yeah.
Or
mine.
I almost saw my parents. Like when I was looking at them, I'm like, that could have been my parents right there, getting that news. And I know it's still, like, it is brutal. There's no words to put into place with when someone dies that you're close to from addiction. And it's like, literally the next year, like a couple months after, the guy that was doing CPR on Jordan, he relapses and dies. And I'm like, how does this not get in your head, man? Like, and you get angry about it. You're like, why are you still doing this stuff, dude?
Yeah.
You just saw our friend die, and you chose to do that knowing there was a possibility that could happen to you. And it's like, it makes you mad.
Oh, yeah.
At this time, like this, I think it was a perfect storm. Throughout all this stuff that was happening, I met my wife now, who is, I mean, she is the most amazing person I've ever met. She's literally like, God put her on this earth for me. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we are we're such a good team. And so, the first night that, I met her, I was kind of on this like trend of like just being open. And I still do that, and it kind of can be a bad thing at times. I'm too open with people.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it was good. I told her I was divorced. I'm in recovery, so I don't drink or do drugs or anything like that. And she's like, it's funny you say that, because my mom passed away from drugs in 2014. Well, she was really heavy into coke and pain pills, and she shot herself, you know. And so
Wow.
Evie never got closure with her mom. She never got to see her mom sober and like actually living a good life, because her mom, from by the time, you know, when Evie was like 3 on up, her mom had cancer, so they gave her pain pills, and that kind of started the whole thing. She was drinking a lot, so Evie never really got to see her mom get sober and get better. And we like to kind of think about it now. It's like she kind of got closure when she married me. It's like, okay, you can see now that it is possible for people to get sober and stay sober.
Yeah.
You know? And it was almost like just a match made in heaven with me and her. Like it just kind of all fell into place, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, she's so awesome. Like, I can't even put into words how much I love that woman. And I think when you get 2 broken people and you put them together and they can, you know, share similar experiences with each other, your bond is so locked in, man. Like we're like just gorilla glued together.
Yeah. Well, you say 2 broken people, but dude, you had gotten to a much healthier place.
Yeah, I meant like in terms of broken, like
yes,
like you have a
things
past
have happened
of
in
things
their
that
life.
happened,
Yeah.
traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing pretty good at that point.
Yeah. But I'd like to take that back to, like, you had an ex-wife where you were an unhealthy version of Blake when you 2 united.
Yeah.
And you attracted like an unhealthy relationship, and then you became a healthier Blake and you attracted a healthier relationship.
Yeah. And that's another point. Like, when you're in the right state of mind and you're healthy, you attract other people like that.
Exactly.
And when you're not healthy, that's why all those guys in treatment, I sought those guys out because I was not a healthy person. It's funny that you say that, because me and my mom talked about that before. She was like, you have such great friends now. Like, I've got a buddy that I met at the Performance Center. I worked there before my job now, but he's like my best friend, dude. Like, he's the most, like, he's like a golden retriever of a human. Like, he's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But he'll give you the shirt off his back. And I've never had a friend like that. A friend that will be there for you, like, whenever you need someone, is something that I didn't think was real. Just having people care about me is awesome.
Yeah.
I never really, like...
Those people exist.
I know.
You just weren't attracting them into your life.
You don't attract them when you're sick, you know?
Yeah.
Like, good people. Also need to mention, I knew I was going to marry Evie, and we dated for a year, and then we dated for a year, and then I was kind of taking a shot, you know, taking a chance, and I for some reason I knew it was good. And I asked her to marry me, and the funniest thing is, there, you know, her and her stepmom were looking at wedding venues, and like, didn't know where my treatment center was, the Greenville Transitions. They didn't know that. They didn't know where the main house was.
Yeah.
They pick the wedding venue that is on the same property as the main house for Greenville Transitions.
Yeah.
And they were like, have you ever been on that road? I'm like, are you kidding me?
More
Like,
times
that is where I got sober.
Yeah.
And that was such a beautiful moment, though. Like, there's a picture of me and Evie dancing to slow dancing to a song. It's Do It Again. It's a Christian song. And, like, speaking of God, how he can move mountains, and he'll do it again, you know? And there's like a wooden heart, like, and it was just like a random photo taken, but it was like perfectly placed to be like the best photo ever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like we posed for it or anything. It's a beautiful thing for sure.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that was a really cool moment for all of us. You know, myself,
so
Lucas,
cool to have you guys
Cole,
there.
like, to be able to come out there and witness you, like, starting a new journey, like you getting married to Evie, and, you know, again, on the property where you got sober.
That stuff just
like,
doesn't happen.
Dude, yeah, it comes full circle. And, you know, for us to to know not just you, but your family, what your mom and dad, the struggle that everyone went through to
Yeah.
get to that point, like
Mhm.
that day, it was a powerful thing.
It's all I can put into words is it's a beautiful life, you know.
Yeah.
From something that was so dirty and disgusting, and like, you know, and when I say that, it's like the guilt, the shame,
Mm-hmm.
the lying, the stealing, the, you know, cheating, whatever it may be, like this just terrible person, and then just kind of like understanding I can't keep doing this, and then you just don't fight stuff. Just people know what they're doing. Just follow what they got to say.
Yeah.
And it's just having moments like that, man. It's just cool. So when you stay sober and you keep doing your thing, little things just kind of happen, and where you don't even have to, I don't know, not try, but just things kind of fall into place.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm just grateful for a lot of good things in my life. Like my relationship with my parents is, I mean, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I forgot to mention, like my dad hired me back,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm doing something different now. And it's something that I'm super passionate about. And, you know, in treatment, I never thought I'd have a chance to redeem myself with ever going back there. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I didn't even ask. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask. Like, I'm just going to stay at the performance center and try to advance as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, window film, like everybody's kind of putting their hand in the cookie jar right now. We need like a solitary guy, like one single guy to do it. Like I went to Texas to learn how to do it, got certified. Now I'm, you know, I'm in these amazing houses, but I used to think people wouldn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, they're feeding me lunch while I'm working. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. Like,
I think that's our default, to go to that, like, oh,
Yeah,
people
they're not
aren't
gonna
gonna
like
like
me.
me. Because
Yeah, I
it's
hate
like
that.
all those fears that
yes.
for some reason were instilled in us from a very young age.
Something, yeah, can't
Yeah.
pinpoint it, but
And
that's
it's
always my
tough
thought.
to get rid of that.
Yeah, it's
But-
definitely gotten better,
Yeah.
but I still get like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or I don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want to get judged. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like this is cool, man. Like actually making pretty good money now.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't. It took time, but it's awesome. Like
That statement right there, it took time.
yeah,
And I think that's key. It's like it took you time to build up, because the Blake I see today, you have passion and purpose.
mm-hmm.
Like you've experienced all of these wins in your recovery journey this time, and I think that just means the world
Yeah.
to you, to everyone around you, and what makes you want to keep down this path of recovery and sobriety is like, life is so good now. You've met this person, this life partner that you can't picture life without.
Yes.
You've got a job that you feel purpose in that job. You've got a relationship with your parents now that you can't even fathom having a better relationship. Like, all of these things you're mentioning are things
Yeah.
that you can't imagine throwing away now to go back and use some Roxy 30s.
That's the thing, and like, I that's the thing with like young people coming into treatment, or I mean any age really, but you get to a point where you just have to wait it out. Like
Yeah.
you have to get to a point, like you're not going to feel 100% better after day one or
Mhm.
28 days or a couple months. Like this stuff takes time.
Yeah.
And the thing that people have to understand is just be patient. And like, there's so many things in my life that have happened that I never thought would have happened.
Yeah.
Like, no more second chances. It's awesome. You know, I
Yeah.
can't really think of another word, but the thing about it is if you're doing the next right thing and you're building something, you have purpose, you're meeting goals, you're doing what you can. You have so much that you've accumulated that you've got too much to lose at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, why would I throw all that away for a little blue pill or, you know, some weed? It doesn't matter what it is. You just have so much that you've accumulated, because Evie's already told me if I relapse, she was leaving me. I don't want to lose Evie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that hasn't been talked about for a long time.
Yeah.
But I just, like, that's the thing. It's like, life's so good, why try to change it?
Yeah.
Why try to change the way I feel when I
Mhm.
feel good already? And I think that's kind of what we try to get to, is that's why we choose drugs, because we want to feel good,
Yeah.
but we don't want to do the hard work it takes to get to feeling good now.
Yep.
You know, like, we want it right now, instant gratification.
Exactly.
And I had to learn patience big time.
So that being said, and that might be part of your answer, but can you pinpoint, like, what are just some of the big things that you attribute to your long-term sobriety? Like, what do you think made it last this go round?
So I've got a couple things, actually. My sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
like, actually getting a you know, just having someone that is going to tell you got to do these things, man. Like, you know, whether it be a recovery coach
A
or
mentor,
whoever it
therapist.
is, you just need somebody to be in your circle and
Mhm.
hold you accountable to do certain things. So that, seeing death right in front of me was almost like a scared straight kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I was really upset when it happened, but you know, it was a blessing in disguise. I look back and I'm like, I'm glad I saw that, because I never really saw that before.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was that traumatic.
Yeah.
And the thing about when you OD or when you die, you're gone.
Yep.
Your parents have to live with not having you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't feel that. And it's almost like a selfish thing. Like, I don't want to put my parents through that. I don't want to put my wife through that.
Yeah.
Anybody that's around me, I don't want to do that to them.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan wasn't thinking that. David
Yeah.
wasn't thinking that.
Yeah.
But having that perspective now.
And probably didn't mean to do that.
No,
Like,
obviously
they didn't
not.
mean to do
Yeah.
that. It's just luck of the draw with the types of drugs
That's-
that were going around.
Well, not like everything is probably fake. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason that you got to be careful. It's not like how, you know, back in your day where everything was kind of like they got the pill mills and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you kind of knew what you were getting, but
Yeah, not today. Very
nowadays
different,
it's like Russian roulette.
for sure.
But yeah, that, you know, seeing that is definitely one of those pivotal moments in my recovery. And I think that, honestly, my wife is a big part of it too.
Yeah.
I talk to her all the time about how I'm feeling, or it's like having someone that's your best friend, but it's not going to steer you wrong either, because they care about you and they love you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, these things just take time though. And if I sat down with a guy that was about to go into treatment, I would want to tell him just a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Just hang in there. It's going to get better. I know you don't believe me right now, but it really does.
Mhm.
You just got to get past that point. And it's a very simple program for complicated people like me, like any addict, any alcoholic.
I go a step further and I often say it's going to get harder before it gets better.
Yes.
Like-
yeah.
The first week, the second week of treatment, when you're going through the withdrawals in treatment,
yeah.
like, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
You're going to hate life, but I promise you,
Yes.
I can promise you it gets better on the other end.
It will eventually
Yes.
get better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not you have to work for it though. You can't just expect all these things
Exactly.
to happen. You have to put in the work.
And a lot of the young guys, they come in with that attitude of like, I'm going to do 30 days and I'm done. Then I'm
Yeah.
going back to my,
It's not
my
gonna do
ways.
anything, man. I'm sorry.
One of the shockers I think that parents hear from me is like, hey, if you're going 30, 60 days somewhere, you might as well not get like
It's a waste of time.
it can be a waste of time and resources,
Mhm.
because you don't get all of the things that you were listing out in your story of
Mhm.
the wins in life, the purpose, the passion, the relationships. You don't build that stuff back in 30 or 60 days.
Yeah,
It takes time.
dude, I like cutting grass and stuff now.
Yeah.
I'm so boring.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like it's just it's
The
funny
little
how
things.
yeah, like I love cutting my grass. I love taking care of my yard. You know, I'm starting to get into golf a little bit.
Dad mode activated.
I know, I'm not even a dad yet.
Yeah.
It's just like little things like that. It's just so funny that I actually enjoy those things now. I didn't care about any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I post about it on my Facebook a lot, like, you know, decorating the house for Christmas. Did not care about that either. Like, none of this stuff. But I'm like passionate about a lot of stuff that in the past I didn't really care. But it's fun to find something that you enjoy that's not drugs or alcohol.
Yeah.
You're like, I did that. You know, I made that yard look that great. That's
Mhm.
awesome. You know, saying that in your head. It's just there's a lot of little rewards that you will feel as time goes on, and you know this. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you got more time than me. You've had a lot of great things happen as well.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
um,
There's one more thing you said that I just wanted to touch on, but
Yeah.
When you were talking about Evia and you said, you know, we were just two broken people coming together. And there's a saying that I like, and I can't remember who said it, but the quote is, we're all broken. That's how the light gets in. But you have to get to a place where you allow the light to come in.
yeah,
And then you get to a place where you find a partner where you're
Mhm.
able to shine even brighter because both of your lights are combining.
yeah.
And it sounds like you've definitely found that in your
That's the
partner. And
that's,
dude, that's just an awesome thing to see.
yeah. And I think that when you bottle stuff up and you're not willing to be open about things, that's when you can't let anything in because you got your guard up.
Mm-hmm.
But when I, you know, went on that date and I talked to Evie and I said, hey, I'm divorced, I'm sober, like just throwing all this stuff out there.
You get all of this
Because like
negative
I was
stuff.
at that point, I'm like, look, take it or leave it.
Yep.
I just want you to know what's going on.
Yeah, I was
Um,
the same way with my wife.
Yeah, but she appreciated
Yeah,
it. though.
first
She
coffee
loved
date.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is what's going on, and you know, it's okay if you don't like it. I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know because you're gonna know at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Right when I got sober, though, I was terrified of that. Like when I was
Yeah.
23 getting sober, I was like, gosh, I'm never going to find a girl. They're all going to think I'm a loser because I don't drink. I don't go to, like, I'm not hanging out at bars.
yeah,
How am I ever going to make this work? And
Yeah.
then I found out the more that I would, like, just lay it all out there, like on
Yeah,
that
just-
coffee date,
yeah,
I think there's a sense of relief that she got from that of like, okay, it's like, this is something real. Like,
yeah,
there is
Yeah.
something very genuine and real about this person in front of me. He's not masking anything or,
yeah,
so like the thing that I was so scared of ended up working in my favor
hmm
and like helping me find that match in life.
yeah, exactly. About openness, I've been told many times by my wife that I'm too open. Like if we're in
Maybe don't say
conversations with
that.
people, they're like, she's like, why did you say that? I'm like, I don't know. I tell people what has happened. You know?
Yeah.
And it's nothing bad. It's just, well, you didn't need to tell them that. Like that's a little too far.
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe dial back the openness. I'm like, it's kind of hard at times, but
Yeah. No, I think you need to I think that's a lot of people in
Yeah.
long-term recovery. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
My wife had those conversations. I know Lucas is the same way. And it's just, I think it's important for us. I'm actually writing a book about this right now.
that's awesome.
About in the book, it's referencing cleaning your mirrors
Mhm.
and how people in recovery, it's a daily routine of like, I'm cleaning my mirror daily and I'm putting everything out in the open to
Yeah.
make sure that I can see my true self and my true reflection in that mirror.
Mhm.
And I think that's what you're doing, you know? You're just kind of like, it is what it is, and I'm putting it all out there.
Like
and-
I want people to know like my view, like how I feel. Like if I'm having a bad day,
yeah.
I'm not good at like masking it anymore. Like I'm like, look, dude, I'm not having a good day, man. I'm upset about this or that.
And I think we need that more than ever. And this day
makes
and
you feel better just
time,
to talk about it, though.
it does.
Yeah.
And now, especially when we're in this time of social media where everyone's just putting their best foot forward and this, look at this, how good everything is in my life. Like, everyone wants to note the good stuff, and you can't blame them for that. It's great. Like, yeah, we love to see pictures of kids and the birthday parties and the trips, but it also kind of does a disservice to society of like, it shows zero negative.
Yeah, we're not talking about
see that, like,
real
we
life.
have our down. Everybody has down days and goes through hard stuff. So
that's the thing with social media as well. It's like you only see a snapshot of someone's life, and that used to really bother me. You see these big jack dudes, and you're trying to work out, and you're like, I'll never look like that, and it's just, it can really mess with your mind.
Yeah.
But I like people are attracted to vulnerability. I've noticed that when you're open about stuff and you're like, yeah, I'm not the smartest guy, or, yeah, I messed that up. I'm sorry, dude. Like it's a weird type of reverse psychology where you're like, it's not that big of a deal, dude. All good. But it's funny. Like when you're just like, you tell the truth and you're, open about stuff, people gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. Who
For
would have
sure.
thought?
Who would have thought?
Yep.
Well, man, I really appreciate you talking and
Yeah.
getting vulnerable here, because it's important for people to hear stories and hear the reality of like recovery journeys, because they can look like so many different things.
Yeah.
You could be a one and done treatment guy. You could be a 20 times before you get it, and some don't make it, is the unfortunate reality of this. But I just think it's very, very important that stories get out there for families or whoever to hear it. So
yeah,
thanks
definitely.
again.